Well, good morning, everybody. It's a brand new day here on Sugar Cube Creek, and I am grinding my hamburger. This is a Cabelas 1 horsepower grinder, and I have the hamburger tube installed. I've already ground the meat one time. I do it twice. I do it once through a big holes like this, and then I've got a smaller die in there for the second grind. And you have to grind it the first time. You grind it through, and it just makes it kind of coarse. It breaks all the tissue and stuff down. And you have to do it the second time. You can't get by with just one grind. But the first grind takes, well, like on this, we had probably maybe 45 pounds of meat, something like that. It only took me like 10 minutes to grind the first time. The second time's a little bit slower. And what I've got here is I've got the hamburger. Once it's ground, I have to roll it into balls, kind of like this. And the reason why I have to do that is so that I can go into the neck to be ground. So I'm going to show you how that works. Turn the motor on, and you hold on to the bag on the end of that tube. You hold it tight, and you push the meat down into the auger with the stomper. You keep some pressure on it. You kind of squeeze the bag and keep a little pressure on it. And what you want to do is you want to try to squeeze as much of that air out as you possibly can. First grind goes real fast. The second grind is pretty slow because there's no tissue to help drag the meat through the grinder. Okay, that one's full. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this up, and you might be able to see that, but there's a little bit of blood coming out of that bag. Just like that. Let that blood drain out. Then I've got this taping machine right here. I hope this shows. This taping machine is actually made by a company called Lem, and you run the bag through the taper and it tapes it. You got a cutter for the tag, and that's it. It's ready to roll right there. I will probably add to a little bit of this a little bit later. I'm going to continue to package this. As you see, I've got several done now. I've got almost 20 pounds right there that I've ground up. I will continue to get this done, and when I'm completely done, I will show how I clean this. So until then, I'm going to sign off. All right, I am done with all the grinding. I'm done with the packaging. We did about 75 pounds of deer and antelope meat today. I wanted to go over real quick how to disassemble this and show a little bit of that. I know that when I first bought mine, I was a little bit unsure about stuff and I just didn't know what to do. When the most important thing to make these grinders run good is this nut has to be so tight. You have to reef on this as hard as you possibly can, tightening it up. I've even used a hammer a rubber hammer to tighten it up even some more. It's got to be a super tight, and when it does that, it cuts the tendons and it cuts the sinew and stuff like that. It just makes that a whole lot easier to cut. So anyway, I'm going to take this apart. I've already had this apart, so it's not very tight. This is the funnel that fills the bags. You can also put a sausage stuffer on there. You can actually put one on there to do jerky too. The nut is just a big stainless steel nut. This is the small die. This piece here is the blade, and as long as you keep that super tight, they last forever. I mean, this blade right here, I've been using it for 15 years, and it just works good. There's going to be a ball of fat and tendons and stuff right at the end of that. I like to save that for my dogs. And this is the auger. This is a stainless steel, this is a cast stainless steel auger. This chute here, the pan, it just pops off, and then the neck comes off just like that. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see inside there, but the rest of this is all ready to just get cleaned up a little bit and get put away for the year. So if you have any questions about these grinders, feel free to ask. Here, before I go, this taping machine, it comes apart real easy, and I can just soak that into dishwashing soap and clean it all up. So it's super easy to clean up, super easy to use. That's made by Lem. The grinder is a Cabelas grinder, and the bags that I used were from Lem. So I guess that's it. Until next time, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you later.